What up, y'all? Appreciate you showing up, hanging out, listening to my dumb ass. Like and subscribe. So, I usually don't talk about Dreamcast guy because I don't care. I literally don't have the extra cycles of thought cycles of brain power to devote to offer up, if you will, to someone like him. Because, Grifter, blah, 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 he is doing that. I didn't know the extent of the grifting. I mean, it was months and months and months ago when they were calling him a grifter and stuff. And I was like, okay, I guess. I mean, the whole of IGN is basically the same, right? They're grifters too. They do it for the clicks. That's what pays the bills, if you will. And so, in Paris, I was listening to Boom today, and Paris jumped in and was like, "Bo bo 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 bo," and he told like the backstory and everything. I was like, "Oh, okay." So that's what had happened, and then I guess Sean and Dirt, I think it was just Sean, or maybe it was Dirt. I think it was both of them separately and together. We're playing the clip where he literally admits that that's what he's doing. He's paying the bills. And the whole Paris Lily thing just kind of backed up what Dreamcast guy had said about that. And I understand that, you do what you got to do to get where you want to be and all that stuff. But there is something to be said about integrity and morals. I don't even know if that really, morals all the time, but just, for me, for example, right? I'm doing this YouTube thing, not because I want to be a YouTube millionaire, billionaire, whatever air, but because I like to talk about video games. Video games is a cool hobby. Fell in love with when I was a kid. I still like it. It's good. And it's fun. I used to have a podcast back in the day when it was like, it wasn't on YouTube. It was just audio. I'm thinking about doing that again, maybe. When I get the right setup, get my video all correct and stuff. But it's never about doing whatever in order to get a paycheck. You know what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's about doing what you like to do, what you enjoy doing, and you just happen to get paid. That's the way. That if you look at, I hate to use him as an example, but he's the only one I can think of at the moment. Joe Rogan, right? I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he says. I don't agree with a lot of his positions. But he's funny. He's funny. But I do like his guests, right? So, but anyway, the point is, he started a podcast with, I think it was Red Band or whatever, in his living room, blah, blah, blah. Not really making any money. Started making money, whatever. He did it his way. He did it the way he wanted to do it. He does it the way that he wants to do it. He talks to people he wants to talk to, and so on and so forth. So he's not going to do a show that he doesn't believe in or he's not, into in order to make more money. He made the move to Spotify to make a little bit more money, but he didn't change the show. He was just like, they're going to pay me hundreds of millions of dollars. Let's go. I don't think that, like, if somebody paid me 6 figures, well, that's 7 figures to do what I'm doing anyway, yeah, let's go. So, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But what Dreamcast guy does is it's the bigger problem. It is a bigger problem in the industry. And IGN does it. All the websites that have these kind of salacious anti-Xbox and never anti-Sony headlines, they're obviously, you can have your opinion and you can be biased, but if you're a journalist, you're a journalist. There is some integrity tied to that. And when you don't exhibit such behavior, then no one's taking you seriously as a journalist, you know. Paris Lilly, he's media. He is video game media, but he's not a journalist, okay? So, I mean, somebody said that today. I can't remember who said it, but I never really thought about it that way. But that's how we have to think about these things. So, I would say that, like, Dreamcast guy, he's media only because his channel's so big, but he's not a journalist. Actually, I don't think he's media. I would consider him more of a content creator. He's just a content creator who has opinions and who's just trying to make money. That's it. And the thing that I will never do, this is my promise to you, everybody watching, everybody listening, blah, 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 blah. I will never change my content in order to make money. Meaning, like, first of all, never going to flip to the blue side. Never gonna be a pony. Not even close. Not even a pony bot. Not even never. I will acknowledge the skill that some of PlayStation studios have, but it kind of ends there because it's like, all right, I would say God of War 2018 probably the best game that Sony's ever put out. That's it. Everything else, you know. It's like, oh, that looks pretty, but how's it play? Boring. Okay, well, yeah, that's that. Oh, that looks good, but how's it play? It's kind of woke. Whatever. That looks great, but how's it play? It's depressing, and it's really woke. It's like, can't we go back to the time when we had good old-fashioned, good, feel good, awesome, exhilarating media? Not, oh, this person's damaged, and oh, I want, like, as the creator, I want the audience to understand their plight, and this is like, no, keep it simple, stupid. Make a hero, make a bad guy, make it compelling, make good writing, couple of jokes maybe. Let's go. It's not that, the formula is not that difficult. It's not that hard. But, you know, you get real Duckman. You get Neil Druckmann up in there, and then, you know, everybody's got to have a little woke flavor on them, a little woke frosting. You know, oh, well, you're damaged because this girl killed your dad. She's a lesbian, by the way, and you're so mad that you take steroids. I don't know where you get steroids in the post-apocalyptic Seattle, but she found them. She found all the steroids and took them all. Where is she working out? Did they show that part where she's like lifting bricks or something? I don't know. Anyway, that has nothing to do with nothing, because a good character is a good character regardless of what they look like and stuff. So, but I think he went heavy. He went so heavy on that. And I'm like, well, you know what? That's fine. Representation, it's fine. I don't have a problem with representation, but it has to be good. You can't just do representation for representation's sake. You have to be like, okay, well, we're going to put this person in, we're going to put that person in, we're going to put that person in. Why? Oh, this person's gay. Okay, sure. I mean, like, Ellie being gay, was that the plan all along, or was that something they decided when they did the whatever the DLC was with the little black girl? Who knows? I don't know, but I'm saying that it just feels forced sometimes, and you know, the sexuality of a character really shouldn't have any kind of effect on the overall story, unless there is, I don't know, a racist, bigoted faction or something, and then that's when it plays into it or something like that. And if they had, I don't even know if they did that in The Last of Us. I really don't know, but that would definitely make it more interesting. But who knows? I mean, I think the whole revenge and then revenge and then revenge, everybody's getting revenge and everybody's dying, losing fingers, and like, it feels like, you compare that, right? You compare like The Last of Us 2, 1 and 2, let's put them all together. You compare that, I think the first one was better anyway, because it was really about Joel and, you know, his bad decisions. But anyway, you compare that to Hellblade, right? Hellblade 1 and 2. And I would say Hellblade and Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, is a more compelling story and characters than anything that The Last of Us has to give us. As far as story, character, Hellblade's better because it deals with something that, yes, it's uncomfortable, but it happens. And yes, it's not woke because there's very few games that handle mental health like Hellblade does. I don't think actually any do. They all handle them like a gimmick. Like, I forget that one military shooter where you're like, da, 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 and you shoot, and then you find out at the end that you're literally a crazy person and you've been killing all the good guys. It's a weird, I totally forgot what it's called, but I was like, I played a little bit of it, but I never like finished it. And then when I heard what the ending was, I was like, oh, that's pretty good. That's all right. Let's go. You know? And when they do like interesting things like that kind of mess with your mind, it's kind of like the twist stuff that M. Night Shyamalan used to be good at. I think he's still good in that he makes super low budget movies seem bigger and higher budget than they are. I think Jordan Peele does the same thing. I think Jordan Peele's a little bit bad. He's different. I think they're similarly equal. I don't want to diss on Jordan Peele because I think Jordan Peele is actually really good as a director and a writer and director. But you know, I think M. Night Shyamalan got a really bad name after he messed up Avatar and all those other movies. I'm looking. I don't know. The Watchers is coming out. That might be good. Anyway, back to video games. Sorry for the tangent. But the whole well, I really went off the thing. We started talking about grifters and then we ended with M. Night Shyamalan. I don't understand it. But anyway, back to the griftings and the grifters and why it's bad for the industry. Because it doesn't serve the industry. You know, being a grifter, being someone who's just doing it for the paycheck regardless, feeding into the hate for any particular product that is, I would say, unwarranted. Like, for instance, I mean, this is the reality. The most popular video game console is PlayStation, as far as zeitgeist goes. As far as like money, monetized, like who's a richer company, we all know Microsoft is the richest. And so what these media outlets are doing and what Dreamcast guy is doing is they're seeing that, Xbox hate articles bring more traffic, right? He said it himself, right? These journalists on these websites, GameSpot and IGN and all, they're not going to say that. But that's what they do. You look at their articles, negative against Xbox. Oh, that caters to the ponies and their donkey unicorns. They'll get more clicks. They get more money. It's all about the money. It pays the bills. And so I always knew that was the case, right? I always knew that that's why they do it, because they're doing it for the clicks. It's sensationalism. It's the National Enquirer, if you will, the Star, I guess. Except it's a video game website. My thing is, these websites are antiquated. Nobody goes on their computer to go to a website. Everybody's on their phone, and most of the time they're looking up guides. And when they look at news and stuff, it's on Twitter. Nobody's going to IGN to look up the news. They're not doing that. That's why IGN posts their stuff on Twitter, because that's where everybody's looking. And then maybe they'll click through. Maybe. I never click through. Okay, I can't say never. Man, 1% of click through, maybe. But that's just to maybe see if there was maybe something different. Because sometimes the headlines and stuff don't really give you the full story. And it depends on who's right. Like IGN, I rarely click through. I don't even want that freaking garbage website on my phone. But anyway, that's what's happening in the video. And you say, oh, it's the video game, it's the Xbox tax. That's the Xbox tax. And it's not because everyone hates Xbox. It's because everyone's trying to game the system in order to get more clicks, to get more money. So what Microsoft needs to do, well, what's going to happen with Call of Duty being Xbox now? The tide's going to change. And you already see it now. All the ponies and the donkey unicorns are furious at that last state of play, right? They wouldn't usually do that. They would be kissing balls and all that stuff. They'd be like, oh, it's so good. That was great. Did you see that? You know, and it's like, what are y'all watching? That's not the same thing, right? So they didn't do that this time because they see the writing on the wall. They see come Sunday when Call of Duty's all over Xbox and all of the marketing is like Call of Duty now on Game Pass, now on Xbox, blah, blah, blah. Welcome home. Welcome back home. Call of Duty to Xbox. Game Pass. 10 starting at $9.99 or $10, whatever it is. You know? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to do that because it is paramount to Xbox to gain awareness of Game Pass, the Call of Duty Game Pass relationship, correlation, if you will, for the casuals. I'm going to stop saying normies because somebody in the chat, in the comments told me that normies is what people in rehab call people who are not addicts or something like that. So appreciate the knowledge. So I'm going to just say casuals instead of normies. So thank you. Speaking about Paramount, real tangent real quick. So this is old news, a couple weeks, I guess. Sony tried to buy Paramount, but they actually didn't try to buy them. They were going in to try to acquire Paramount with someone else, like a venture capital or a company that actually had the money, but they would put their name on it. Or I have no whatever. They lost the bid because they ain't got no money. That's bad when your parent company ain't got enough money to buy Paramount. I mean, Microsoft could have bought it, I don't know, 10 times over. How much were they selling it for? Was it like 12 billion or something? Something like that. Yeah, at least 10 times. Anyway, Skydance bought Paramount. So that's cool. Anyway, back to video games. So the state of video games is a couple of things, right? It is the media and how they handle the information and how they distribute the information. And I think the main problem with that is that the casuals look to IGN as, oh, that's the video game website or app that I use to get all my video game news, and they're always correct and they're not biased at all. They don't know that they are biased. They don't know that Sony has 42% of IGN's income or ad revenue is from Sony. They don't know these things, right? And so they take it for, the truth. And it's not. It's tainted and it's skewed and it's unfair to Xbox. If all things were equal and there was a site that just, put the news out there, not a slant, not biased, not being a pony and donkey unicorn, I wouldn't even be talking about it. I wouldn't be talking about IGN like IGN's trash because they do what they do. I wouldn't be talking about them. I would be talking about video games. That's more important. But the thing that is bad, the whole grifting, the Dreamcast grifting, Dreamcast guy grifting, IGN grifting, what is it? I think Eurogamer does it. So they gave Senua Saga a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10, whatever they gave them. What else? There's other ones. Metro's the big one. All of them, they're grifter sites, and they do it for the money. They do it for the paycheck. They do it for the clicks. And the fact that that's what they're doing is literally damaging the industry. Now you're saying, no, it's not. It's just messing Xbox and it's not hurting PlayStation. It's hurting the industry because it's not keeping the industry honest. It's not keeping Sony honest, and it's hurting Microsoft in an unequal way. Undue harm to Microsoft because, yes, they're a $1 trillion company and they can, they'll be fine. But that's not the point. All things being equal, the mind share is important for normies and for companies. And when you have the whole basically media industry against your brand and pumping up another brand that I would, in my opinion, don't deserve to be lifted up in such a high pedestal. They don't deserve it. They need to earn it. And they haven't, this generation, they have not earned it. It should have been taken away from them because of how they're treating consumers. And so I would say Dreamcast guy, IGN, Metro, all of these freaking grifter sites and creators, they are harming the industry and they're harming consumers because what they're doing is falsifying the actual reality, the reality of the video game market, the video game industry, And yes, there are counters to that. You got Dirt Griggity, you got all us Xbots, if you will. I'm not technically an Xbot, but you know, they would call me an Xbot because I'm anti PlayStation, anti Sony for more of a more accurate depiction. But yeah, PlayStation 2. And that frustrates me because it's so antithetical to a healthy industry. It's like, yo, listen, it doesn't make sense in this respect. You're a video game website, app, whatever. The health of the industry is important to you because if there is no healthy industry, there are no people to click on your site. It's a domino effect. So by you harming the industry, it harms your potential output as far as, gains as far as, money. And let's say if you're just an honest website and you do good work and you had, the main thing is this, and why I think IGN and Dreamcast Guy and all these people are fools, is they need to hire talented people. Dreamcast Guy has I don't know how he got so many subs. I know how he got subs because of his name. I subbed to him. I saw Dreamcast Guy. I was like, oh, let me sub to him. I didn't even watch his videos, and I still don't watch his videos. But I saw his boop. I was like, oh, he's Dreamcast. He likes Dreamcast. Say blah blah blah. I did the correlation. And I subbed to him, but he's not. He doesn't represent the Dreamcast. He doesn't represent video games. He's trying to make money. Full-time YouTuber. Somebody said, don't trust. I think it was Dirt. He said, don't trust a full-time YouTuber because they just want to make money. And he's right. And so I would say this to you. Even if I become a full-time YouTuber, no, that's probably when I retire, but not even then. Okay, so I'll probably never be a full-time YouTuber because I enjoy talking about video games and stuff. It's a hobby and everything, but I have stronger passions than video games. Video games is entertainment to me. I like to make the music in video games. So talking about them and playing them, that's one thing. But actually working in the industry as a composer, that's a different job. That's a different gig. And I would prefer to do that full time, yes, than be a YouTuber. Yes, all day long I would be in the lab making beats, making tracks, making orchestral masterpieces and stuff, pianos, all that stuff. I prefer to do that. It's cathartic, obviously. And for me, it's just more, it's more fun because it's like you're creating things and you're like, oh man, I like that. It's like, oh, I hate that. Sometimes I make something and I'm like, oh, that's pretty good. I pat myself on the back. Not too often though, because sometimes I'm like, wow, that's trash, hot trash, garbage. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hot trash garbage tracks. Now, I'm going to say hot trash garbage tracks because I'm very critical of my own work. But, some of them are good. Whatever. Anyway, you'll hear my skill level when you play the game Grashers. That is on, I think the demo's on Steam right now, if you want to check it out. Grashers. 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 Anyway, quick little plug. Eventually that game will come out. But I'm just the music guy, music and sound guy, so I can't really say it's gonna be out because I'm gonna finish it. It's like I can't code nothing, so I can't really do it. But anyway, yeah, I like I said, I promise that I will never do that. I will never grift, because it's pointless for a person like me because it's more effort to be unauthentic. It's more effort to not be authentic. Words. So I'd rather just be real. It's just so much easier to say what you feel, right? And that's why I rock with Dirt. I mean, I don't rock with them, but I listen to them. They don't know. I don't exist in their world. They don't know about me, and that's fine. I'm not trying to chase clout. I'm not trying to chase fame. Nah, it's not even. Honestly, happiness is such a simple principle and a simple thing to attain. A lot of people would just get it twisted and they think, oh, I got to get all the money to be happy and stuff. It's like some things I want to achieve, yes. And there's a way to do it. You could be calculable. Wow. You can be calculated and you can make a plan and figure it out and just do it. And it's not a big deal. But some people are like, I gotta be a YouTube star and I gotta do this. Like I watch I think I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna say it again. I watch Cool Kid from the Bronx, Cool Kid from the BX, his channel. He has two, and he has one that's IRL. But I watched the regular one where he drives. He has a stick. He has a stick and a wheel, and they're usually on BeamNG, which is it's a car simulation game where they have a whole bunch of different mods and stuff and different cars and stuff. And so what they're doing now, he has him and Gabe, his boy, and like Ricky, this other dude, and this other dude, and they're doing the obstacle courses and stuff. And they're playing game, having fun, and joking and saying some very some very inappropriate stuff. It's hilarious. And I'm sitting there and every one of his videos is about an hour long. And I'm gonna sit there, I'll put it on and I'll be just chilling. Maybe I'm doing something or I'm looking on my phone or whatever. And it's fun. It's funny. And I look at that, right? I look at his stuff. I'll try to remember to put a link to his channel in the comments. I look at him. I look at his energy. He also is an artist. He raps. So I give him that too. Only thing I like about him is that he's real tall. I'm not that tall. Anyway, and he's got more cars than I do. I don't have that many cars. I got Trelly Bailey. That's all I need, yo. I'ma never neglect you. I'ma never turn my back. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I look at his channel and I look at how they're kind of having fun. It's just like pure joy. It's like, and the editing is pretty good. So I got to give props to the editors, whoever edits it. I think they have a few editors. I'm not too sure. Like me, it's just me. One man. I mean, just like many YouTube creators out there, it's just, one, maybe two people, but it's just literally me. Music, CG. I haven't done CG in a minute. I got to get back into it because I was looking at some Blender tutorials and I'm like, hold up. Blender has gone crazy. It's almost back to, no, it's not. But ever since they put in geometry nodes, I'm like, this is a whole new world. It's crazy. It's gonna be crazy nice. But I got some studying to do for real. But I was watching one yesterday, and they were talking about parallax mapping. I think that's what it was called. And it's basically a plane. I'm sorry for the tangent, but guys, it's a plane, right? Square plane. And usually you can do the height. You do a height map, and then you can do subdivide it and make it the actual shape. But this one does it, but still it shows like the 3D geometry without it being the actual geometry. It's still the flat plane. And I was like, how the hell? And it was so crazy. I was like, and his nodes, he had like 40 nodes. Like, I'm like, okay, I can't. I looked at it. I was like, yeah, I definitely got to watch that again and again and again and again and again and again. I get the principle, but it was just crazy. But anyway, sorry about the tangent. But anyway, I'm running along. My bad. But I appreciate y'all hanging out, showing man. Like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this grifting movement. What you think about Paris Lily reaching through the internet, smacking that fool text section, like that, smacking him. I'm pretty sure he got more followers and subs from that notoriety, but. Do you think there needs to be a change in the industry as far as that grifting behavior goes? Not for content creators, who cares? But I'm talking about the media outlets, IGN, Metro, and all these outlets that are doing the same thing in order to get paid. I think there needs to be a change. Maybe some regulatory FTC, the CMA needs to come in and say, yo, you can't do slander. You're slanderous on the thing. What you doing? Maybe they need to put a little note underneath the headline saying, oh, this is just an opinion. I think they do that, right? Don't they? This is just an opinion, not actual factual or something. I don't know. Maybe there needs to be something done. But anyway, I don't know. Maybe let me know what y'all think about it. I mean, ultimately, if a product is good enough, it'll supersede all of that noise and stuff. So when Call of Duty hits its stride with the Xbox, with the marketing, all the stuff is going to change. You're going to see the media start to flip. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, appreciate. And I'll talk to you on the next one. Take the wait.